What's going on, guys? This is Austin Davis, and welcome back to another episode of Views from the SIP. We have our other guys here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We have
Brent,
Ventress,
DVJ,
and Bossman Tim.
Bossman Tim, guys. We have another exciting topic today. We're going to be talking about things that, growing up, we heard a lot of things. You shouldn't do this before you get married. Things like you shouldn't have sex before you get married. You shouldn't move in together before you get married. Different things of those nature. So that's some of the topics we're going to be addressing on today's episode. So first, guys, I want to talk to you about moving in. What do you fall on it before you guys get married? You guys are just in a dating stage. You guys are just getting things going. You feel like you really, really love this girl. She loves you. And she says, you know what? Let's move in. What are your ideas?
go ahead, bro.
For me, it's kind of a hard subject because on one case, you want to know what somebody was like before you marry them, so you want to move in together before time. And in the other case, how do you even trust somebody to move in with them and y'all not married? Because, like, as far as, like, finances, that's one dangerous thing right there. That can end a relationship. How you going to depend on somebody that you don't trust fully yet?
Why I don't trust him?
Because you would have married them. If you trust them fully.
I trust people that I don't marry.
But not to move in together.
I will
so
move in.
So when do you think the move-in stage is, like engagement?
I don't believe in shacking up, so I really don't believe in moving in before
I'm
you're
saying,
married.
would you move in during engagement or after you actually get done married?
I would do it during engagement, even
Okay.
though I think you're supposed to wait till marriage, but I would do it.
Why though?
It's because I would like to see what the other person's like before we get married.
Well, to answer that why question, I see the pros and cons on both sides. Because one, when you move in with someone, like I said earlier when we was talking, before the show started, like your partner, right? You got an idea of what they are, you got an idea what they do, their likes or dislikes. But that's different. When you move in with someone, it's totally different. You get to see another side that's been kind of hidden behind that veil. But at the same time, it's kind of beneficial to see that stuff because it's like that lets me know if I really want to make that sacrifice on being with you.
That's what I was thinking.
Do you think the divorce rate is high because folks don't move in, and then they move in, they see a totally different side?
I think
I kind of do.
I think because going in, that's you like with Bose. What he's saying is the way he's putting it together. Going in, it makes it kind of weary. It's like I really don't know. Like me not living with you not gonna help me be able to live with you or know what you about outside of the times we get to pick and choose when we be together. So I don't get the whole hold up. Like I want to know before I made that marriage thing happen.
Right.
But see, if you talk about moving in together though, it's almost similar to marriage. Like you're putting all your chips in with this person. Like you put all your chips in, especially if you get in a house. Getting an apartment is different.
Yeah,
because you can easily get out of it. But you say, "Oh, we get in the house and we're moving in together." But then that's like you pushing all your chips in. That's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be hard to get out of there if you realize you see characteristics you don't like.
But is it different if we? Okay, it's totally different if we go and get a house together, like co-sign on it.
Yeah,
it's totally different from that than I already got a house and you just coming on in.
Before getting a house with someone else before marriage?
Yeah, it's totally different than I already got a house and you just come in and shack.
But see, I'm thinking
so
like,
would you do that? You would buy a house with someone?
No, I'm definitely not doing that.
But I'm thinking we just talking about regular stuff. Like if I got an apartment and you move in with my apartment, that's perfectly fine. Like I'm okay with that. Like that doesn't mean that I don't feel like that's. I feel like it's like put on a pedestal that is really not it. It's like we just live together. Like what's the difference between us living together now and living together later? So especially if we're not in the house.
So question. So say you have an apartment and she moves in with you. So how do y'all talk about bills? Because that's a big thing. Like you'll feel like
it's big. It's big if you make it big.
I mean.
Right.
It depends on your partner too. Like we can have a conversation that simple. Like I know some people have situations where it's like, I mean, she kind of do stay with me. Do I want her to pay bills? But then like for me, it's like, okay, you might not have to pay that much of anything, but we're gonna have a conversation about where you can at least pay this, and it'll be fine.
Then question. So what stage do you determine when y'all gonna move in? Because you saying it's not a big deal.
It's not.
So what stage is not a big deal?
Yeah, like
how many years?
Like how long do you have to be with that individual before you say let's move in together?
So you find that comfort.
Because that's like the same thing with marriage anyway. What might take me a year or 2 years may take somebody else 8 to figure out the same thing that I figured out in 2.
Do you put it on the same stage as marriage?
What?
Moving in together,
Moving in.
do you put it as the same big
I
deal?
feel, but see, that's the thing with me too. I feel
I
like
do.
marriage is kind of old, like it's hype.
Right.
Like it's more hype than anything. Like you technically married
Marriage
when you
is
get
just formal, basically. What you're saying?
yeah,
Right,
like
that's
you're
more
technically married once that paperwork is filled out.
Yeah.
You're married. The whole
Yeah.
idea of marriage is what gets everybody. So
Yep.
it's not like you get in the house with a person. That's a big step. That's a big step. And that's probably something you would like to do when you're married because your spot is solidified more so as if you were in an apartment and your spot could be, changed at any time, but that's different.
But for me, marriage is a big deal because it's more than just a piece of paper. It's a vow. So that means we're gonna be together forever and ever. And when I get in a relationship with somebody, that's not the same case.
So let me ask you this then. I feel you on that. It's a big thing. It's a big thing to people all the time. Like, I understand it, but my idea is, so when you propose, right? When you're engaged, you're still not married, so you're still single. Technically.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Paper, yeah.
On paper,
Yeah.
you're still single. Nothing happens. Like, if you was to die, she doesn't get anything. It's nothing. So
Yep.
why is that even a stage?
So I get what you're saying. I agree with you.
Because you said you would move in at engagements, but technically mean you still single.
I get what you're saying. You're saying the show is, and I agree with you with that. The whole show about the wedding, having the whole wedding, for me, that's not what I'm saying. When I say get married, when I propose to you, I'm ready to marry. So I mean, the in between time is to plan the marriage.
So why not plan the marriage
Before?
when you're planning the proposal if it's all planned out?
Well, she has to be in that. She
Yeah.
got to be in
Yeah,
that.
and
She
then a
gotta be in
lot
that
of
part.
times, like, women don't know that they're going to get proposed to. So
Yeah.
they have an idea of what they might be done. So you can't just say, okay, we're gonna get engaged this day. Oh, I'm glad you asked me because I have this Rolodex of things that I
Yeah.
already had prepared.
How long does it take?
I mean, some people don't take that long.
Yeah, some
And
people don't.
take a
I
long
mean,
time.
some people take a couple
Somebody-
days.
some people try to push it off.
But
you can
see,
go to the Bahamas and get a
and then,
package
and
that's already
then,
prepared.
and see, then that's when I kick in again.
You can go elope.
So, but that goes back into it though. If you're willing to get married on the day that you propose, why not just get married?
Yeah.
You can have a wedding at
I
a
was
different
just about
time.
to say, yeah,
The
why not
wedding
get
isn't
married and
marriage.
then
The
get
wedding
have a wedding
doesn't
later?
even represent
But-
marriage.
but we
It's just a
can't- but-
show.
No, the
There
wedding
are-
represents the
The
union.
matrimony of
Yeah, the union.
Yeah.
But it's a ton of people out there that don't even do the engagement thing. They just go down to the courthouse, get the paper done, get the marriage license, they good to go. But what I'm saying is, moving in, when I move in with someone, that's basically me pushing all my chips in, saying I know that this is going to work out.
Yeah.
But if you haven't reached that comfort level of I know this is going to work out, I know my spot is solidified, and everything like that, I think you might need to second guess moving in with that person.
But that's the thing though. I understand the concept of it, but everything is basically an idea based off feeling. You can get married and still get divorced
Exactly.
because you thought that this was the person and you thought you could put these chips in, but it ended up not being anything. So why does that even matter?
So you're willing to gamble at an earlier
It's
stage?
all
than
a
later
gamble.
on?
Marriage
Yeah.
is a gamble.
I feel more comfortable at the later on stage when I'm married.
So look, let me ask you this, and I know it's like kind of out the ballpark. So like, if you feel like that, how you feel about like having sex before marriage?
Sex, when I feel like having sex before marriage, if I can go back in time, I definitely would have waited.
When you talk about that though,
How do I
how
feel
you
about it?
feel about it? Like as of
I
now,
feel like you should wait.
You feel like that?
Yeah.
What about the rest of y'all?
I think you should wait because I mean it's supposed to be something like
It's supposed to be. It's an idea.
But I gotta speak from what I believe in is my faith though. So when
So-
I say that, I mean it is a big deal.
I'm gonna ask you this then.
I don't think you should wait.
Did you wait?
No, I didn't wait.
So
I believe that's more about social pressure though. I believe
social
that's-
pressure made you get laid?
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't never made you get laid.
Folks, let me
But I mean,
finish.
if we're gonna put it like that, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that other people do that is their advice. I never do drugs before. I mean, I never like did crack or hard heroin, but it's people that do that.
Yeah.
So social pressures didn't make them do that either. Well, they did it.
I didn't say anything about social pressure.
I'm just saying, but you said that did you wait as if like that he was wrong, like it going against his own self.
It is though, ain't it?
Yeah, so I'm saying, but we can't judge him for doing
I'm
that.
not
when
judging him at
everyone
all.
did that.
This one, what I'm saying is, I can say something wrong and be doing it. I'm just giving advice. I think you should do it, but I'm not judging you.
Does that
because
make you full of shit though?
that makes me a hypocrite?
You make sure you're a hypocrite.
makes you a
But that's
hypocrite.
my thing though. I don't think it's a big deal at all. But I think most of the things like that are based on the idea, because it's like when the old people tell you what you should do while you young, you should live, you shouldn't settle down, and then you like, but what you do though? How do you have the
But
answers?
you gotta think about sex is totally different from that because this
Sex.
is about belief and faith.
Well, the reason, honestly, faith set aside, this is what I feel. The whole idea of good sex and bad sex, right? Right. So, if both parties, male and female, they got together and say, we're going to wait till we get married to have sex. They wait till they get married to have sex. They learn and grow together, right?
Yeah, chemistry
so that they
gets
learn
stronger.
that chemistry get together. Right. So there's no outside pressure of like, dang, I remember Tyrone used to flip me upside down and put me in the bed.
Yeah.
Dang, James ain't
You have
doing
nothing
that.
to compare
you
it
have
to.
nothing to compare it to,
Right.
right? So I
Gotcha.
think that's one of the most beneficial parts of waiting till you get together, because now you have no expectations. We're both learning this thing together. We experience together. To put it in sports terms, that's just like if a quarterback and wide receiver played football together all the way from elementary on up. They built their chemistry.
Yep.
They learn how they know each tweaks. They know, okay, they know every little crevice
Yeah.
about each other,
Yeah,
right?
I understand that.
So that's why I feel like you should wait to have sex till you get married, because you learn and experience things together versus having something to compare it to.
Okay, that makes sense too. That makes sense. What you thinking, Tim?
I don't think you should have to wait to have sex and all of that. My thing was just like we were talking about previously. If you know you're not ready for marriage when you first starting to have sex, but you're interested in having sex, then just let it be known that you want to have sex. You don't want to be in relationships. You don't want to have situations. Like you just want, you and this person to have understanding. That
So you just talking about the whole relationship status as itself, like it's just sex. But I'm just saying, like, as far as like sex, the house.
with a house. I don't mind staying. You can stay with somebody if you want to. Like that's what house you stay under. It could be better for you to stay with somebody else sometimes.
That's
It
true
depends
too.
on your situation. You can stay with somebody and then move in. They're your boyfriend, girlfriend. They're your fiance. They're your wife. I mean, you got people who don't even stay with their own spouse.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
Going back
That
to the
is true. That's crazy.
going back to the whole sex before marriage thing, I think moving in with someone versus having sex with them before marriage, it's going to be harder not to have sex with that person, because sex is so pleasurable. So when
Yeah.
you do have it then one time, it's going to be hard to stop.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what
And
I'm saying?
that's another thing too. I say that all the time. I'm like, man, before I was getting laid, it was the easiest thing in the
It
world
was
not to get
perfect.
laid. I'm not thinking about getting laid. For what?
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's like to get laid. But that one time, it's just like the chip. I bet you can't just have one. Man, I'm like, whoa. So even when that stopped, it's like the urge comes back. It's like, I want that again.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. I used to say like I don't want 17 years. I can do without.
And then two, just asking the question, do you guys have certain situations where you wish you could take back there was a sexual experience? Like whether like be with somebody, not the actual act of having sex, but
Yeah,
like
whether it was
the
good or bad.
emotional connection, whether it be it ended badly because of sex, or I made irrational decisions because of sex. Because I know I have. It's
Me
some
too.
things that I wish I
made
could.
some irrational decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like things I would have like that would have never happened if I didn't have sex before marriage. Like, dang. For example, like baby scares. Think like the babies. I don't know about y'all. Speaking for myself.
I've definitely
the
had one.
baby scares that I've had. The first thing I thought about when I had the baby scare was like, why did I do that? I wasn't supposed to be having sex before marriage. No way. I didn't even have to worry about that.
That is crazy. Okay, so I've had baby scares, but the whole regret thing, I don't really have none of them as far as that goes. I'm good with everything I done did for the most part. And
Baby
even if
scares
it's
included?
But
even
when
if
you during the baby stage
the baby scare,
moment, did
oh
you
no, the
regret
baby scare, that's totally different. I was just saying as far as like whether I regretted it or not.
That's
But
what I'm
the
saying.
baby scare moment-
During that moment, did you regret it?
See, the baby scare moment didn't make me regret the sex.
Okay.
It just made me like really focus in on the fact that I had a human child that could possibly be on the way.
Yeah.
And so now I'm trying to see in my mind,
How you gonna
I'm
catch-
going back and forth like how am I going to provide for it?
Yeah.
Like depending on at what age I was, I'm like, man, like at one moment I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have to drop out. Like I'm gonna have to drop out, get 2 jobs. I'm finna be one of them guys working hard as hell.
Nothing to show for it.
But see, I think that's where we just two different people. Like everybody deal with certain situations different. Immediately when the girl hit me up, was like, I'm a little nervous, yada yada yada. I'm like, why did I have sex? Like, also, that could have been avoided. Like, you didn't have to worry about this, but no, because that one time you went to a party and you rushed it. You know, you had you made the decision based off emotion because of that pleasure of sex, right? But I would have never known the pleasure of sex if I never had it.
Man, I'm banking
I
on me betting
want to
1,000.
ask you something, but I don't know if it's gonna be too personal.
Don't
worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's
bus.
get back to my bad narrative. Listen, I'm betting 1,000, so a lot of time that helps.
Until you're not betting.
Until I'm not, but up until I'm not, I'm betting 1,000.
That's right.
And so it's like even like it lessens the baby scare moments for me, cause I'm like, well, I might have not pulled out, but then I go back. My conscience sitting on my shoulder, talking that good stuff.
So you talking yourself
It's me,
up.
baby.
You talking yourself up.
I'm shooting 1,000. I've been shooting 1,000. I'm gonna keep shooting 1,000 until I decide to retire.
Okay, back to the question I was about to ask. I was gonna ask him, like, was it because of the girl you had the baby scare with, where you was feeling like that, or was it
Nah,
the fact that you had a baby scare? Period.
It was a little bit of both. At the time, I wasn't mature enough to think about
Raising a family.
not even raising a family. About right now, I feel like you should have a baby with someone that you know is there with you psychologically, financially, maturity level. So
Somebody you trying to be with.
somebody you're trying to be with. But at that particular time in my life, I wasn't that mature to know I need to be seeking out a woman like that. So that part really wasn't on my mind. It was the fact of how am I gonna tell my mom I got a baby?
Oh yeah,
What am I gonna do?
that was definitely
how I'm
mine.
provide for this baby? Like we being vulnerable here. I'm in high school, dog. So I'm like, how is this even possible? Like, what is going on?
Life would have been totally changed.
Life would have been totally different.
I was
Oh,
17
got
with my baby scare. I think that's the only one I had though.
Man.
Yeah, so like I wasn't really worried about I should have been, like, to answer your question, I should have been worried about who it was with, but at that particular time I was so immature, I was just so selfish, worried about myself, like how I'm gonna do this. Like this, how is this gonna affect, I wasn't even studying her, how is this gonna affect my life?
My whole thing with that, and I ain't gonna even front. Even with the baby scare, I still feel solidified in my spot. Even if I'm scared, I'm still like, I'm good. I'm good for. I'm good
Oh yeah,
for,
I'm like that
clutch.
too. It's
I'm
just the
good
fact
for.
it's like
Nah,
the period where it's like it might have happened.
But see, I'm not talking about whether that period finna come on or not. I'm talking about me. I'm like, man, if I done fooling around and got her pregnant, what the baby gonna look like? Am I good? Am I good? No,
You worried
real
about the other
no.
stuff.
But see, no, I'm worried about. See, no, first I'm worried about that. Like my heart's pounding, fam. But I'm saying after
You
the
said
fact,
after you settle out.
after I'm like, man, she either is or she ain't. Then I'm like,
would you have regretted 6 if
You
you had a
accepted it
baby?
so fast.
if you said would I regret it?
If you was 16,
Hold on. Would I regret sex?
having sex, starting out.
Fam, I live and die by the sword.
No,
I wouldn't have regretted that. That's like saying I regret having my baby at 16.
I'm not. I don't think I would have regretted
I'm not-
because
I'm
I'm not.
I'm only regretting it because now I got a baby.
I'm not a regretful person, so I don't feel like I would regret it. But I would. It would make me think a whole lot more.
Because what
when
made
it comes
you
to
regret
certain
it?
stuff.
See, I
'Cause you got
guess
a baby.
You're not regretting the baby.
You're not. That's not what I said.
Regarding the choice you made?
You regretting the choice you made.
You're only regretting the choice because
Off
you
of
have
the
a
result.
baby now. Yeah,
Yeah.
off the results.
Because it has
Because if you
consequences.
wouldn't have had a child, you wouldn't have regretted you had sex.
Yeah.
But then you already knew that there was. See, when you go and have sex, you already know that that's a possibility for an
Yeah.
outcome, right?
Yeah.
So you're just hoping and wishing that you're lucky enough. Like you said, my clutch is on my shoulder. I'm batting 1,000.
I'm talking about look. I'm talking about batting averages.
Yeah, everybody batting 1,000 until they strike out.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it
I'm
sound
talking
good
about
too.
actual
Sound good.
factuals. But no, those. But see, that's the
But this
thing.
one,
though.
let me
Go
what
ahead,
I'm saying,
go
though.
ahead.
So you knew that there was a possible consequence
Right.
from
Yeah.
that action, right?
That's me living by the sword.
But you're like, I'm batting 1,000, so I'm good for it. So when you don't get the result that you wanted and you actually have that baby, there's no sense of disappointment. You're like,
See,
what I was
see,
saying.
and
I
that's
thought I was
and that's
good
the whole
for it.
build
I
up.
thought I was batting 1,000.
Fam,
Apparently I'm not.
you still hit on what I'm saying. When I'm going into sex, I know that there's a possibility that I could have a child.
Yeah.
So if the facts end up and the results end up me having a child, me having sex was me living by the sword. Me having a child and not regretting it is me dying by the sword.
Nah, see,
Not at 16,
With
though.
me,
At 16, bro,
No, with
I
me-
could have not had sex.
when I was younger and I did have sex, every sexual experience was a roll of the dice. I'm gambling every time. Like I know
What you mean?
like I know that I can have a baby from this situation,
Yeah.
but I'm rolling the dice hoping that I don't crap out. I'm hoping that I don't have the baby, right?
You just
when
had a good batting average, fam.
Oh, that's you. I'm talking about me.
I'm talking about you too.
So I know I probably did have one, but I'm scared out of my mind. So the fact that she said that she might have one, I'm immediately regretting the decision. Like, man, I should never bet. They're just like people that go to the casino.
Okay.
And they spend like, you know what? I've been hot all week. I'm about to put my whole paycheck on here because I'm gambling it's gonna be right. And then you crap out. That just because you knew that you had a possibility to crap out, don't make the pain less.
That's
Don't make
why
the disappointment less.
that's why I don't think I would have regretted because that wasn't my first thought. Like I shouldn't have did it. It was
That wasn't
like,
your
what
first
I'm gonna
thought.
do now
Yeah.
if it does happen.
Nah.
That was my
That
thought.
can't be my first thought. That's my.
I was angry at myself. Like, what are you doing? You knew you ain't had no business doing that. No way.
Why?
Si-
Why?
All
But
this
see-
could have been
But
avoided.
see, and that's how we
But
just
that
built
goes
it.
back to I was in a relationship, so it was like, okay, what now? That's if I was with somebody that it was like, I know I shouldn't be having sex with the person because I don't like him at all. It might have been different.
Well, you know what? Maybe that is why I felt that way because I ain't care about that person.
That makes
I
sense.
mean,
Then
it
you feel
sound-
like
it
you're
sound
tired for at least a certain amount
Yeah,
of time.
it sounds mean to say, but I did
Yeah.
care about that person. I was just like, oh, okay, well, it's whatever.
So since we're talking about this, so how do you determine what woman is a wife and what woman is not a wife? Like when you going into that relationship, how do you determine which one
You
you're gonna
saying
take
like
serious?
you saying like how soon do you know or
No. When you first text somebody or you start
Oh
talking.
no,
to
you don't. That's the gamble. That's the gamble. That's the gamble of
But I
love.
get that
It's
part.
not the gamble.
I-
Let me
I-
tell you, I figure that one because that was a good question. I figure that is like you got to know what you're looking for when you're going into the relationship,
Yeah.
and you need to ask and make sure that the other person is expecting the same. Otherwise, you may need to lower your expectation on how this relationship is going to go.
But
I mean, we get it's a gamble.
It's still a
every
gamble.
relationship gonna be a gamble. That's not
Yeah.
the question I'm asking.
you
I'm
don't
saying-
know ever.
Oh, that's not the question. I'm not asking whether you going in this knowing for sure if this gonna be the person, but how do you know you want to try
After
to
you've
risk
been
it?
in there?
Yeah, how
After
you
you've
know
been in a
want to risk
relationship?
it on
Like
the person?
what signs let you know
No.
that this is wife material versus
You gotta
non-wife
see what you're
material?
looking for because nowadays stuff is so it gets confusing within the language because nowadays we got wifey type, we got
Yeah.
hubby,
Yeah.
we got all these nicknames and stuff that people say that sound good.
So we got an image
and
now.
it's socially
We got-
accepted.
Yeah, but it's
But
not
it's
really.
not really on their mind.
When
for
y'all-
you to be their wife,
But
but
see-
for you to be their husband.
But see, then that's the thing too. As a guy, we usually don't say stuff like women usually say they wifey type. They put that stamp on themselves. Like we ain't say, oh yeah, you wife, you did that, you wifey. We saying that off the strength. That don't mean you gonna marry
It's a
somebody.
joke almost,
Yeah,
like,
like
it's a joke.
yeah, it's funny. Like it's like, but
I think to answer your question though, it's I think I know what you're trying to ask. For me, it's like how is the relationship when nobody's watching? Like when you're not in public and
Yeah.
not trying to put on a show. That's gonna tell you.
Because Tim kind of hit on too. It's like what you looking for.
Yeah.
Because I mean everybody's gonna be different. You don't and like going into it, you just don't know.
this how I know.
How you know?
I was watching this movie one time, and this how I found out.
Do you remember the name of the movie?
I cannot.
No, he don't remember.
I cannot. But it was so for real though, cause I was like, this what you do when y'all chilling at the crib, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you gonna really be amazed when you chilling at the crib,
Sound like a Tyler Perry
and
movie.
you say, babe, can you make me a sandwich? And then she make you the sandwich. If she bring it back and it's just a piece of bread and meat, she ain't the one for you. But if she takes some time out, open that mayonnaise up, put a little lettuce on that thing. If you got tomatoes, if you eat tomatoes, put a little tomato on that thing. That means she genuinely cared about you eating that sandwich. She ain't
Or-
put no love in that sandwich.
Or she could have asked before she made
She
it.
ain't put no love in that
That was a
sandwich.
deciding factor.
That's it right there.
She could have asked before she
That's
made
how
it.
you find out.
That's how you
It's a
find
secret.
out.
It's a secret. I just put you on game.
That's not how you-
Y'all gonna stop making them dry peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Bo
What else
said,
you gonna
Bo
put on
said he
peanut
liked
Dry
butter?
peanut
jelly.
butter. When
Yeah,
have you ever had a dry peanut butter and
I
jelly?
didn't know that sometimes like my peanut butter and jelly is not all the way fulfilled, so I didn't got it all the way unfulfilled. Peanut butter and jelly
It
until
been
my
too
woman
much-
put some love in my peanut butter and jelly. And
It
she
been
was-
too much peanut butter instead of jelly,
I
huh?
don't like too much peanut butter, but it don't be like an even layer. It'd be
Yeah.
like just a little skimp for the peanut butter, just a little skimp for the jelly, slap it together, and it's mainly just bread.
Oh, okay.
Ain't no love in that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's how you find out.
Okay. So it don't matter what type of sandwich, it's a sandwich.
Just a sandwich.
You should try pickles. on
If
your
she
sandwich.
cuts your crust off the corners, then she know.
Oh man,
If she take the time
that
out to
means
do
you
that,
special.
And she cut it. And she cut
She
the
just
two
like-
triangles for you.
How you compare her to the woman that said she ain't even fixing you no sandwich?
She ain't fixing
You
you no
her
sandwich.
husband. You ain't
That's
her
fine.
husband.
That's fine. That's her point. So now you got to find a different way because she ain't the sandwich type. You done find out she ain't the sandwich type. That's perfectly fine.
You sure that's all you done found out? It's all that you not because it seems like she just like you're not my husband right now, so you're not getting nothing.
No,
none
if
of
she's
that,
like that,
none of that stuff.
no, that's what I'm saying. You got to find out. Like most women, it's just a sandwich. Now everybody ain't gonna cook for you, but it's like it's just a sandwich.
well, I think
Just a
Tim
sandwich to
asking
you.
a good question. What is wifey duties?
Wifely duties.
And
Woo.
we can say husband duties. We
Let
can
me get some of
do
this
both.
heat off my back.
Come on, Mr. Sandwich Man.
Okay, look.
Mr. Sandwich Man.
I can't describe what a wifely duty could or could not be because in my
Safe answer.
in my 20 no 'cause in my 24 years of living, I've heard so many different things. Some women feel like cooking, that's too much. Washing clothes, that's too much. Ironing clothes, that's too much. Paying bills, that's too much. Shoot. I don't know, man, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Hold on.
Cleaning,
Hold on,
that's
hold on,
too
man.
much.
I don't think they asking about what you think the other folks is. They thinking, what are you
Oh, for
thinking?
me?
For you.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oof.
Oh, hard
You'll
question
have to-
again.
Ooh, that's tough. Let me get some of this heat off my back.
Come on, Mr. Sandwich Man.
I take some off for you.
I'm hoping that sandwich do.
See, but I hate the whole terminology of wifely duties because how am I going to determine if you're a wife if you're not willing to show me any wifely duties?
So they need to give at least a sample is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
if you're not going to give me everything, give me a sample. How I know I
That-
want to
that's
taste the
true.
whole thing? How I want the whole plate?
But see,
like the Chinese food at
Like
the,
you
at the
want
mall.
Chinese, they give you a taste
that
of it.
throw
Ooh, I
me
want that.
again.
Yeah.
So do you agree that the girlfriend should display wifely duties prior to?
Yes,
But
because like how I know your worth.
Yeah, okay. I
how
agree.
can
I'm just asking.
How can I give you an estimate if I haven't seen anything?
So that means at the same time, you as a guy should show husbandly duty.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
man.
where the roles is switched because I pretty much do that.
You do everything you
Yeah,
would do
like,
if you were
I-
husband.
like, for the most part, I'm not doing I'm not giving everything. Like
What
I'm
you not
paying
doing?
Like I'm not paying any bills.
You wouldn't pay none.
When I'm married, no, not right now.
Would you help out if she asked you for some money?
If she needs some help, really needs some help, and I know my woman, yes, I'm going to help because she wouldn't ask me for
You
help.
would do
if she
that
didn't
now,
have
though.
to.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll find a
You
way.
would show her.
'Cause
You
you
would
a
give,
real man,
Because
huh?
you would give her an example of your husbandly
Yeah.
duty.
And you
Yeah.
would make a sandwich for her.
Yeah.
wife.
Yes, I'll make a sandwich any day.
Yeah, and
With
you
all
that-
the love
What you
and
gonna put
joy.
on the sandwich?
You
Yo.
gonna cut the
Man,
crust off
because she like a
Meat
lot of
and
mayonnaise and cheese
Meat and cheese.
and it's turkey.
and it's turkey.
Yo, what kind of bread though?
It got to be white bread. She don't do that.
White bread. You gonna cut the crust off?
Oh, no, she want to cut in half.
Okay.
With the
Okay,
triangle,
okay.
the
Okay.
triangle, or
She
the
wants
two
the triangles.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
What's gonna give it a drink?
Oh man, she probably want water. I'm gonna give her some juice because she's special.
Fine.
Okay, okay.
Is it Welch's grape?
It's 100%.
Ooh, you, AD, we think alike. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You should give us some of my Kool-Aid.
And that's what I'm saying, because I don't like the terminology, because I'm going to take you on dates. I'm going to make sure you taken care of. You need some food, I'm going to make sure you get your food. I'm not going to make you, I'm not going to do less for you because you're not my wife yet.
Yeah.
Oh, so you gonna show her what?
Yeah.
This is what you
This what
expect
you
when
gonna
I'm
get.
your
Yeah,
husband.
yeah, because I want you to know that I'm going to be there for you no matter, because what they looking for is a provider, so I make sure I am a provider
Well,
without giving all my money away.
I understand that. Let's be vulnerable for a second.
Vulnerable.
I know this.
No,
this
it's good. It's
But
good.
yeah. Okay, let's talk about this. Do you ever feel like, bruh, I'm tired of going over and beyond? It's like, do you ever feel
Tired.
drained? So it's like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to show her what a
Tired.
provider, like what husbandly duty is supposed to
You
be.
tired of doing it for a woman?
He
sometimes.
just tired.
No, I'm just saying, like,
He's just
if a
tired.
guy feel
I
like,
got your
bruh,
question.
like, I don't feel like doing it today. I
That's
don't feel
anger.
like I don't feel like cooking you.
That's
no
anger
sandwich.
you feeling, AD.
I don't feel like doing it. You,
You
ever
know,
feel that way?
I do feel like sometimes you just drain, and it ain't even. Sometimes it's not even her. It's just everything crash
Yeah.
down at one time. But
Ooh.
but I've been taught as a man that you gotta suck it up.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
do? Who I call, lady?
You call me.
I call you and talk to you because the
what,
last.
what I tell you every time.
It's just what you gotta do.
Real talk.
They don't care about your feelings.
But
They
see,
don't care
but,
about my
that,
feelings.
but
your
that's
feelings
so,
don't matter.
No, I feel dumb, man.
I don't care if you're tired, bro.
I mean, that might be a bad thing too. What you gonna say, Tim?
They said, man, if you get tired as a man, just think about doing it like this. Add one more thing to your to-do list. And let's see how fucking tired you really are.
But see, I like that whole thing though, cause like I feel like as a man, we know when we ready to get married. Period. Like it's not like you looking for a particular person to do certain things. We know when we're mature enough and we done decided, bro, I'm tired of all of this, and so you willing to accept things differently. Like if I got tired, past tense, man, bro, I'm up out of here. I ain't got to be here, man. I get tired now. I'm gonna put up with it.
Yeah.
Cause I know now that I'm supposed to put up with certain things, because that's just how it is. Like I can want a lot of things to be different, but they're not gonna be different. I'm pretty much gonna get tired anywhere I go.
Yeah, you can't just walk out when you're hugging.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't just walk out. So it's like I gotta endure that. But see, that's a wifely quality. That's a wifely quality right there. If you can see me going through it without, because most men, we're not gonna complain and say, "Oh my God, I'm just tired."
But for some reason, women always sense when you are though.
That's what I'm saying. If you can, if you can sense and see about that one time that I might have a weakness and I'm just done with, that's love. Like I love that.
See, I like the point Brent said, because when you're a husband, you can't just walk out if you're a good husband, I guess. Yeah. But like what Bo said, if I'm supposed to be displaying my husbandly traits, I can't just walk out when I get tired. If I'm trying to show her that when you get with me, I'm not gonna just tap out on you, give out on you. Yeah. But that's been an excellent.
If you're doing too much, please leave.
If you're doing too much, please leave.
Please leave. Don't stay in sorrow.
Yeah, but that's been an excellent episode, guys. So we're going to put a pin right there. And this has been Views from the Sip. Hope you enjoyed our episode. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, all those good streaming platforms. Go check us out. Leave a comment, leave a like, and we'll see you later. Bye.